Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Coach's Office. I'm your host, Coach Jay Fry, and it is here where we're going to dive in quickly to performance, to getting better at whatever our craft is. I'm going to take 4 tools that you see up there that can help get you better regardless of the arena that you are performing in. I got it from my man, Dr. Alex Auerbach, and he is the sports psychologist, the performance coach for the Toronto Raptors. So he's got an immense amount of knowledge, and we're going to dive in to the 4 points that he talks about. 4 tools you can use to get better and utilize today. The very first one is daily focused skill development. Now, being a skill development coach for the last 15 years, it became really clear to me that this has to be a honed in, deliberate practice. Skill development. What does that actually mean? Or what am I doing to enhance my skills needed for the performance needed? I'm going to perform, so I'm not going to waste my time with specific things that don't matter to the performance I need. Now, I want to be a better speaker. So if I don't work on my vocabulary, then that is a part of the skill development that I need. Then I'm not going to be as good of an orator as anybody else. I just won't be able to improve that. So if it's not important to me, then I just won't get that good at it. If I don't work at it and it's important to me, then when I need it, it isn't going to work. So that becomes our goal. Skill development. How do I focus daily on skill development? We talk about building a process often. And so what for my skill development, what do I need? If I'm a manager, what is a skill development practice that I could do every single day? I could give a certain amount of touches or time and conversations with people, checking in, finding out what's most important to them. That could be a part of my skill development. Since I want to speak more, I need to practice speaking more. That has to be part of it. Am I preparing every single day as a part of my skill development? So am I writing things down? Am I doing those and then going, okay, well, I've got to prepare. And then at the end of the day, working on my after action review and going, okay, well, how did that do? What are some sustains and improves that I need to do to focus? When we do our processes, it can be something as simple as 7 minutes every single day. If I'm a basketball player, it could be easily the footwork catches for the shots I take. It could be the finishes that I typically use based on how teams guard me. So being able to do that every single day, I'm prepared for what the teams might do and then how I can respond accordingly. I want to get super sharp at my actions, at my responses. I want to get as crystal clear with those as possible. Second one, I want to warm up and wind down routine. Man, this is brilliant. You don't typically see people go, I have to automatically go from, our military guys who go and do an operation. They don't have the same mindset after performing an operation when they get back. Why? Because they need to wind down. They need to detach from that situation. They need to get away from the mindset that was needed for that. And then now I'm in a different room, and then now it's required different thinking, different reactions, different responses. So I need to have this idea of what could I do to wind down? They talk about having performance people. Huberman even talks about not having your phone 90 minutes before bed. So we don't trigger the brain to start firing and looking for different things, so that we slow things down, so that we get to our thoughts, so that we become more aware. Having a warm-up. What do you do before a presentation? What are you doing before a major performance? Have you done that? Have you created this routine of what do I do? Whether it's from the process, so we did the physical, we did the skill development piece of the process. What is my mental performance warm-up? What does that look like? From a physical standpoint, is my body ready? Now, I've seen people get so super specific on what their warm up was. And then my man, Jameer Nelson, told me that he didn't want to warm up because he got injured the 2 times he did it. So we sort of flowed into things. We rep things out and go side to side and work on the different things that he would have to do until his body got warm. So he still created his own warm up. That was his routine. So what could you do to warm your body up to perform the way that you want to perform? What's your wind down routine? Do you just stare at your phone, scroll through your phone, brush your teeth, scroll back through the phone, watch Netflix, turn it off, and then try to go to bed? What's the wind down routine? Do you analyze whether or not you did things well that day? Do you write the thoughts that went through your head? Could be a great wind down routine. I heard about a performer who said he performs and speaks to just thousands of people. But then the second that he gets off stage, he goes and performs a menial task. And it helps him get into the mindset of what is going to be when he gets home. You see, the mindset of speaking to thousands of people and then coming home and maybe even taking out the trash and seeing your kids, those are two different things. So he doesn't want to be in the mindset of I'm this person. Now he wants to be in the mindset of I'm a dad, I'm a spouse. What does that look like? So he has this wind down routine after a performance. What could yours look like? The third piece is feedback from a coach. Now, this is a very powerful tool. And I want you to think about this. And this is why it's so important to actually have a coach. Not somebody who tells you what you did wrong. Because we can spot those out. Everybody can spot problems. You did this poorly. You did that poorly. I mean, ESPN's filled with those guys telling them what they did poorly. But a coach provides what you could do better next time and give you the actionable things. So feedback from a coach isn't criticism. It's, hey, this is how we responded to this. So let's take a look at whether or not that response went well and how we can improve it. That's the difference. That's where the coach involves. It's not criticism. The critique can just tell you, hey, you sucked at throwing the football today. Hey, you sucked at shooting the basketball. There's your critique. But that doesn't actually help me move my needle and help me perform better than I needed today. Feedback from a coach. That's your third tool. Get somebody who's willing to help you and tell you what could be done better, how that could be done better. The fourth and final tool that you can use to get better is rest and recovery. Rest and recovery is not take a day off, watch movies all day, and then get after it the next day. Rest and recovery is understanding that your brain, that your body needs some type of work, some type of relaxation, some type of ability to bring it back. Right? So we need the body to repair from a hard workout week. So that doesn't mean nothing. Rest and recovery doesn't mean nothing. It means I jump on the foam roll. It means I quickly push that lactate out. It means that I get rid of the soreness by maybe jumping on a bike. Level 0, flush it out, let the body move. It means going for a walk. It means doing things that are going to help me, but with the idea that I don't have to perform. Flexibility, mobility, stretches, do your hip work. Those are all things that we can do on rest and recovery days that help us. What are things that are going to help you during your recovery stage? Could it be listening to my speeches? Man, I'm going to go back through and listen to what I could have done differently. I can still do that on my recovery days. when my body's at rest. Maybe a hike. Your body's still moving, but it's not doing the things that it's normally doing. And certainly not at the level that you demand normally. So scaling back, what's that rest? What's that recovery look like? Can you see whether or not in your logs, in your writings, can you see whether or not you had enough water? Whether or not your nutrition was pretty spot on? Whether or not you can improve certain things, like I could eat this, I could say no to this, I could say yes to this. Understanding where you could rest and recover is a huge tool for you to use to get better. Those 4 things, you've got your daily skill development work. Now it's focused, it's deliberate, it's intentional. What is my intention of my skill development? What is my intention of a warm-up and a wind-down routine? What do I want to accomplish? Why do I want to accomplish it? What is my intention of getting feedback from a coach? Is it for the coach to tell me what I did wrong? I already know. And I did it in front of, Toronto Raptors. I did it in front of 30,000 people. Or a high school kid. I did it in front of 200 people. Yes, I know what I did wrong. But I need the feedback from coach to help me improve so I don't do that again. I already know what I did wrong. So I need the feedback from coach. What is my intention? And what is my intention from rest and recovery? When coach gives us the day off, when the boss gives us a day off, what are we going to do to utilize that day off so that we can come in fresh, recovered, and sharp, ready to attack the next day? That is 4 tools that you can use to get better today. So once again, huge shout out to Alex Auerbach. Thank you for providing this information. Thanks for allowing me to get a little bit deeper. Thanks for paying attention. This is the coach's office. Let's get better and then get out. God bless.